Okay, Scorpio, here's your spiritual reading for the month of May. I have a bonus coming in here. If you guys can get your videos up to 100 views, like, subscribe, pass it on. I'm trying to open my viewing circle a little bit. If you can get it over 100 views, I'll give you a bonus love, sex, and romance reading, or work, or whatever area you want to dive into. If you want a different area than love, sex, and romance, you can just post it in the comments if you see the numbers creeping up, and we'll go from there. Okay, so let's get into it. Yeah, spiritual energies for Scorpio. Here we go. First card in the Gaia deck. Wow, knowledge. Getting a lot of repeat cards here. Knowledge. Okay, give me a moment. Feel like we may be gaining some knowledge in certain areas, or speaking knowledge in others. Looking into things is what I'm getting. Next card. 10 of air. Yeah, I feel like we're really trying to gain headway with our instinct here. We may be learning things about instinctive, like looking into instinctive things here on the net as well. I'm getting a lot of people searching things on the net having to do with instinct, how to find your instinct, hone your instinct, build your instinct, this kind of thing. Having to do with things that are unseen, really. Kind of all of the mystical energies, we're really looking into things like that. Curiosity is peaked in that area. Next card. Ooh, 5 of earth. This is kind of akin to the devil's card, as I take it. This is a play on, it may be a play on someone's emotions, or playing with someone, or we've been played with, or we're playing with someone else here. The cards give me that sensation of playing. Okay, now we're going to go further into that. That may be that we are, because so far with the energy I've got here, the sense is that we may be playing with some dark energies here, is really what's going on. Okay, but we'll move forward and expand here a little more on what's going on. So the next row here is the chakra cards. So on top of the knowledge, again, a need to seek answers for things here. We have the strength card. We have an infinity pool here that is overlooking this lion and this woman in gold dress. Yeah, I feel like we are being guided to, you know, being inquisitive, right? I feel that's a guided thing. There's a lot of eyes in these cards. In the first one, it's up in the tree trunk. Second one, it's really what we're looking for answers from. Here, I feel like all of those little, it looks like butterflies. That's transformation. Now, yeah, we got that in the 10 as well. Just give me a moment. Here's lots of stuff. I feel like the Scorpio, either the third eye is opening, and there's a rush of stuff coming through at them, and they're really trying to get on top of it and research it. And you know, I feel like the internet is their resource, right? They're just bogged down every spare minute of the day. They're there trying to seek out all of these weird things that are going on, either in their mind's eye or in their universe, kind of like wide open. Okay, so ultimately, right, the transformation here is we want to emotionally evolve. This is really, again, I have a mental health video earlier on here. We're wanting to emotionally evolve. That expands on that topic. This is what I feel like the energies want them to do, but we may get rung, you know, off the rails here and go on the wrong side. But this is what I'm getting. But I'm gonna Go to the next one. Okay, these moths, again, the transformation that wants to happen within, I feel like it deals with the emotional side of the Scorpio, but I feel like we may be taking it to a deeper degree, okay? Next card, Three of Cups. That's about celebration, happy enjoyment. Cards of joining and uniting with people. We may be looking for like-minded people to kind of conjure with in order to discuss these things, right? We may have a lot of weird metaphysical stuff going on. We may be joining with people, and it may not even be people that we're looking to join with, but people in our own sphere that we are excited to be around, that we're talking to them about this, is the sense I'm getting. Now on top of this Devil card, let's see what we got. Four of Swords, rest and relaxation. Needing to rest and recharge. So we may be overdoing things here. Now, we can be gaining abilities in certain areas. And again, that Devil's there going, be aware of who we're doing this for and why. Like, that we're not doing it in a way that is unbalanced, put it that way. But nonetheless, Four Swords is the need for rest and relaxation, healing as well. It's green, this card. We may have some stuff coming in intuitively that we are, that may have to do with our healing. It may have to do with bringing up past life stuff that may need healing as well. Okay, next row here, the Wisdom deck. On top of the Strength card, we get 30, rigid. Yeah. Okay, we got the Knowledge card back in that energy. We got it. There's a certain strength in what we know in book format. Gotta be careful of that. Propaganda and whatnot. And then there's rigid. Rigid means that, you know, we're hung up on something. When I see the rigid, it's almost like we're blocked universally because there's a belief system here. We maybe believe in something, and that we have that as our strength, but this may be creating blocks for us spiritually. Okay, next row. Again, looking at the universal energies here, tapping into all that is in the mind. I feel like there's a lot of advancements in the mind. It could be telepathy, it could be clairvoyance, it could be just messages incoming from universe that we just all of a sudden the tap's wide open. Three of Cups is a celebratory energy is what I'm getting here. And a need to go outward towards others to, like, again, gain answers. Or we may have people in our field that we can gain answers. On top of that, we get invisible. Yeah, there's blockages here. There's a reason for this. And I feel like it's because we're not on the right side of the tracks. But we're not willing to see that, or we know that, but we just think we should have the right to do it because everything's wide open. Okay, so invisible is we may be going outward to other people and not gaining the attention that we need for it, or getting the answers we need for it, or something's not lining up here. Every card here is creating a block. So now on top of this Devil card, what do we get? The Four Swords and cycles. Yeah. Okay, so this is, I feel like this is a cycle of kind of dipping into the wrong side. Now, we may be going into this in a selfish way of dealing with the energies in order to get self-gain. Now, there's nothing wrong with this if it has to do with healing. But if it has to do with outer things and taking internal, then it becomes a problem. Using our powers in that way, it's, karmically, we can be gaining, you know. So there's a cycle here that we're in that is repeating. We're needing a break from it in order to see it, or in order to just literally stop it. Okay, I'm gonna stop it there and continue with the cards because I don't want to get too far on a negative rant here. So I want to, you know, see the way out. I think, give me a minute. We're not getting support going outward to the people that we're trying to question about what so we're in a cycle here. I feel like we're either tapping into negative energy or trying to understand negative energy. Something here with negative energy crossing our path somehow in an intuitive way or in a way of the mystical. And because we kind of know this is the wrong side of the tracks, we're not getting support. That's the universe going, shut her down before we shut it down. And Scorpio's going, well, no, I need answers. And they're going to... So, okay, next row. On the rigid card, again, our strength here is in the knowledge that we have picked up and gained. But again, it's not what we're still searching for more. But we feel very strong in the knowledge we've gained so far. There's a rigid wall here. What do we get for the Divine card? Ooh, Ace of Cups. This is what it is. The wall is our heart. We're leaving our heart out of things. Boom, there it is. Okay, next. Next row. 10. Yeah, we are looking into things metaphysically here. We may be gaining instinct in certain areas about either people outside of us or ourselves. Again, to gain, there's an invisible card, another wall here. What do we get there? Wow, 10 of Swords. Yeah, people that we're going to about all of this, they're chopping our fingers off, meaning backstabbing, meaning saying they could be saying one thing to your face and another thing behind your back. Or they may know the answers to what you need, but will not give them to you because this is just how they roll. That could be, that's because that's the invisible, right? It's like you ask, how do you do this? How do you finish this report? And they look at you and then they put their head back down. It's like you weren't even there. You didn't even ask the question. This is, and this may be running in spiritual circles, okay? So in some way, we may be finding ourselves in this way. We're looking for spiritual guidance here and we're not getting it. Because people outside may have other agendas against us, whatever, okay? So that's the invisible, 10 of Swords. Ooh, harsh energy. Yeah, so these people that we feel celebratory around and whatnot, beware of that because that is the energy of backstabbing behavior. These people may turn and stab you in the back when you least expect it, or maybe doing it already. Okay? Okay. Next row, where the Devil sits here. The 4 Swords, about a break that needs to be taken. Why? Because we're going through a cycle of looping things here. We may be coming across people. Yeah, and this all it's dealing with someone's spiritual evolution. And they're excited about what they're getting and da-da-da. They're going outward to people, da-da-da. And those people, they don't like what they're hearing. So they'll go, oh, that's great and wonderful. But behind their back, they're shooting daggers at them. So on top of the Cycles card, we get from the... from what deck is it? The cartoon deck here, Divine deck. The Hierophant. And that is, yeah, White Buffalo Woman. You have to be your own strength. You can't go outward and depend on other people to carry you. To answer your questions for you, you have to be your own source of strength. And I do feel that there is here, but it's the Scorpio's need for validation outside of themselves that creates the problem. They need validation outside of themselves, and they're going, why? You know, to a certain degree, I get that totally, but this is what's creating problems, because when we go out and get that validation, we also can run into people who just do not have our best interests at heart. And we have cut off our heart in order to deal with these people. There's a certain disconnect here that's happened. Scorpio runs deep in everything that they do. And because of this, there's a certain amount of the heart that we just lock right up. And at this point, we just do not have it open for anybody, including ourselves. And that's the part that the universe is not in agreement with. They're like, we cannot have this. We have to open our heart. It is our strength to be void of heart, but that is not what's going to gain advancement and evolution forward here. Reason we're not evolving, because our heart's shut off. Why is our heart shut off? Because we deal with people that backstab us all the time. So we shut off our heart and we have a better affinity to those that want to backstab us. This is what I'm getting. So this has got to be reversed in order to gain better people to come in. This is what I'm getting. So the universe is going to kind of illuminate things to you in a certain way here. We have someone that may be playing with our energy or playing on our need for validation, need for attention, need for outward support. There's going to be a break taken from this universally, I feel, and also we are going to feel the need to want to take a break. This is a cycle that we are repeating over and over again. We may have friendship circles that we keep getting the same type of people that take advantage and and you know, feed off us to a certain degree. The Hierophant is that being solid in your own person, dealing with the spiritual energies within yourself, connecting to the divine energy, and you two deal with it. You two deal with it, right? So the next line here, man, this is, yeah, deep. We're splashing right to the bottom here. No snarkles allowed. It's like we got an air tank and full-on bodysuit. Okay, so on top of that Ace of Cups, we got the Messenger Oracle card of, yeah, challenge your perception, number 5. Because we are seeing things here as everything's great and groovy, but there are snakes in the grass here. And again, maybe not people that, you know, literally want to, but they're not here to help us evolve. They do not want to see us evolve, this kind of thing. So this is the thing. We do, and unfortunately, and I've learned this too, when you have things going right, you can also tell who your friends are. Those that can be genuinely happy for you, and you can feel this. And those that aren't are jealous or have a thorn in their side because you had something grand happen to you. This is also part of that. So you need to challenge your perception in your circles. I feel like it's friendship circles. I feel like there's people around you that are hidden enemies, really. That's what I get. There's a knowledge base here. We have a lot of strength to come from in what we're learning and evolving into. But we may have to keep that on the down low, and we may have to keep that more internal. Because there's a rigid stance here we're taking. Now, either we're going outward and talking to everybody about it and kind of yammering on, and everybody's starting to get evil eyes at us. Or we've got a knowledge base within us that we are developing and whatnot, and going outward in a certain way that's just not doing us justice. Ace of Cups, number 1, is really talking about the heart and how we really are just shutting that down, and we got to open it up. So again, challenge your perception of what's going on around you, because even though we're evolving and we need to ask questions, we got to trust our own judgment here in certain ways. And the Scorpio is deep enough. They can find the answers internally. They can get there quicker than anybody else can, really. So, next line here. Dealing with people. There may be people that are quite exciting and we find them fun to be around, but the storm clouds are gathering. When we have stuff to discuss, they become invisible. Like when we have, this is what I'm getting. It may not be a harsh thing, but the potential is there for them to like backstab us. So really what I'm getting is when we have something really happy to report, like maybe it's something really mystical that happened to us, that like a miracle type thing, that we're excited. It's a breakthrough in our spirituality. We go to someone with that and they just kind of don't even acknowledge what happened there. And it hits us like a stab in the back because we thought, you know, they would be happy for us, this kind of thing. There's an expectation there, is a sense. Anyway, on top of that, we get, you were born to create. Yeah. I feel like the Scorpio is coming across some new abilities here that are universally gifted. Okay? I feel like we may be running with people here that are really walking the line. They may have either sharing abilities with us and we kind of share in that, or they have abilities and they may not be using them in the right way, and we either jump on that train or are jumping off and on that train. It just depends. Ten of Swords is, we may have been stabbed in the back by one or several of these people in the recent, or maybe just this month. But the sense here is that we're going to get more energy for this, and the universal energies are saying we would suggest you keep it on the down low, because you're really going to see who your enemies are. They're really going to play up to your face, but talk more behind your back. These kind of people. So you're better off to just keep it on the down low, and they might just dissipate a little bit where they're not going to be. I feel like these people are just kind of gossipers anyway. They kind of go around spouting off energy. They don't realize what they're doing for the most part, but yet they should know with what they're getting. Yeah, to be aware of that. Because again, a lot of people advancing here. And there's a lot of jealousies, right? People that don't understand, people completely clueless. They can turn on you in weird ways because they don't understand. They're just naive to it. Naive, they're, yeah, they have no clue. So on the third row here with the devil influence, need for recharge. Cycles that are coming here with the friends and groupings of people that you share your discoveries with. Then a great need to deal with you and the energies privately. It's the sense I'm getting. On top of that, we get, yeah, know where you belong and know where you don't belong, right? Because there's a lot of fakers out there. It's really what it is. And the Scorpio should know. But I think we've got some people that we've been friends with for a while that it's kind of like we know that we're not best buddies, but it's kind of like they've been there so long, they're just there. So you don't think anything of it. It's those kind of people. And I think you're going to have to be more discerning in your friendship circles from now on. And start just weeding out the ones that don't pass the sniff test. You know, like, meaning the instinct test of, okay, that one's I don't feel right there. I gotta let that go. And just let it go. Don't kick them to the curb. Don't send any energy their way. Just to let them, because they really will degravitate. They'll gravitate away if you just let them. You know, like you don't have to do anything. They just will because of the frequency. Especially if you're on the right track. Now, if you're dipping into the same thing they're dipping in, then you won't gravitate it away as much. But this is a theory anyway. Okay, so know where you belong. Okay, now we're getting into the above cards here. On challenging of your perception, we get the Five of Earth. Talking about a slow, steady strength. I think there's going to be a slow, steady build in our abilities. And two, the lifting of the blocks that we currently have. We may be getting introduced to some energies here, and then all of a sudden we go to use them and they're blocked. And the reasoning is because we are dipping into darker stuff. So we need to stop doing that and dip back into the right side, then everything will lift. If we go to the dark side, beware. This is where it'll stop your strength. And it will start creating blocks. So there's 2 blocks here out of 3. And then the third one is like illuminating the fact that we're looping here in an area we shouldn't really. It's not for our highest good, I'll put it that way. So anyway, challenge your perception. There's slow, steady strength that can be gained if we look at things a little differently here, a little more suspect, in order to weed out the garden. Now, on top of you were born to create, again, there's a lot of energy coming here for these Scorpio, for everybody really, but in this reading, the Scorpio is gaining of these energies and people that may be jealous, maybe petty, you know, it's all this stuff, grade school stuff. I need to kind of maybe keep that more on the down low And also use your abilities in the right way and you won't get blocked from them. On top of that, we get the Hermit, the path, trusting your inner self. Exactly. You're born to create, and they're telling you to go inside and create a supercharged union with the energies, just you and them. And once you do that, man, there ain't nobody that can break it. And not only that, then you don't need that validation. And they can feel the sense of codependency. They can feel it. These people, they know who needs and who doesn't need, right? And some people, they just, how do you say, they kind of filter for that. They kind of scan for that. Like, who needs? You need? Okay, I'm there. And right away, they take advantage of that, right? And I feel like Scorpio's in and amongst that. Ones that are taking advantage of that. Not in a high way. You know, it's under the radar, so to speak, but not really. Because Scorpio's feeling it, but they're just not giving it the credit. They're going, don't worry, whatever. You know, that's just that, whatever. But the thing is, it does worry, and it will get to a point where it's, you know, worse and worse and worse. So we don't want to be around energies like that. We want to be around people that support us, uplift us, so it's easier to evolve, because some of these maybe they're pulling us in the wrong way and making it feel like it's a good way, but it's, you know, this kind of stuff. Manipulation. Because some may know a little more insight than we give credit. And because of that, they can steer you in a wrong way and continue to go on the right way, right? So that's not good. This is what I'm getting. Not good. Manipulation. To depower and dethrone people. Because they hear you getting gifts and right away they don't want you. You against me thing. You know, you're higher than me. I can't have that. Da, da, da. No such thing, right? So whatever. Okay, know where you belong on top of that. I just get frustrated with that kind of energy. But anyway, 8 of fire, talking about energy of illusion. Yeah, there are some illusions here. Know where you belong. Right on top of where you belong. There's an illusion here that we belong when we truly got people talking behind our back. They would never have the guts to do it in front of our face because they pump us up in front of our face. But ooh, when we're not around, look out. The arrows start flying, right? So this is a cycle that wants to stop. They want you, because Scorpio really does know. They know. This one don't like me. I can feel that they're talking about it, but they won't say anything. They won't confront, and they won't get rid of. And the thing is, sometimes you don't really need to get rid of. You just need to stop phoning them. Stop contacting them. Stop. And it will dissipate. It will go away. Up to a certain point. This is a cycle that wants to stop. They want you really highly to connect within yourself to the energies so that you and the energies are tight. You don't need validation outside of you. You just gain that, you gain that connection one-on-one. And then, if people outside of you start to come back in, you know where you belong. And don't disregard the instinct that you get, because you're getting it. And it's the disregard of it, because there's a lot of illusions having to do with people coming into your circles, especially now. I think there's a lot of chatter about what we're doing and how we're doing it and what gifts we're getting, and people are kind of, you know, hovering about that, and that's just creating a weird energy there. I can't even. So we got 3 bumper cards here. Power of Surrender card for you is, oh wow, surrender your fear of intimacy. You're ready to let love in, compassionately identify, and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. And we did get the Ace of Cups there right in the beginning, saying, oh, we're going to shut this off. And guess what? The universal energies themselves will shut you down if we shut that off. Oh, they'll create great mass confusion over that. Because you really won't be able to see straight unless you open it back up. So that may be part of the reason that these people are getting through the gates unchallenged, is because we got our heart shut off, and unless we turn our heart on, we don't really see these people for, you know, for the manipulation that's going on. Wow, okay. So I have an anime angel card that I have for Scorpio here, and it is Metatron, talking about transformation. There he is. So we'll read from the book here. Metatron is the angel of the presence, said to be able to directly view divinity. Metatron's knowledge of divinity makes him a perfect intermediary for connecting humankind with God. Well, would you look at this? And it may be that some of these intuitives that you're around are picking up on that. And they don't like that. So they want to shut you down or throw you off track or not help you in any way, because then, I don't know. I don't know why they do that, but they just don't want you to be more successful than them. I don't know. Wow. A lot of these angel cards, they really tie up the reading quite well. But anyway, perfect intermediary. Like grounding rod. So as a consequence, recognizing divinity in ourselves allows us to transform and become more aligned with the vision of the divine. And that is really what they're asking you to do in the reading as well. So this card informs you that you have embarked on a period of transformation. You may feel that everything around you is shifting at the moment, and old structures dismantling, people leaving. As a result, you may feel insecure, but Metatron's presence reassures you that everything is happening in divine, right time and order. So Metatron holds the cube, which reflects all of the geometric patterns that make up creation. You will experience the perfect symmetry of peace and balance as a result of the transformation taking place. It is a gift to you. Use the holy glyph in meditation for release and reconnection to your divine self. Sit somewhere comfortable, place your palms upwards on your lap, close your eyes and breathe. Visualize Metatron's light-filled cube shimmering at the crown of your head. Feel it descending into your form until the shape occupies your body. Spend a couple of minutes absorbing the energy and feel it permeating every cell. And when its radiance has been absorbed, feel it again return to your crown and dissolve into the cosmos again. The planet they have there is Earth. Metatron does not have a specific planetary alignment, but often associates with Earth due to his sending light from divinity to the earthly realm. That is the dude that works with me as well. That cube is very familiar to me. I do find it regenerative, you know, this kind of thing. I find it very energizing. Yeah, there's this sense here that we want the Scorpios to connect with the divine presence directly. We don't need to go through anyone else. We don't need anyone else's. And this is really ultimately what they want every single one of us to do, by the way. But more so the Scorpio, because of their need. Codependence. I feel like a spiritual codependence happening here. And they want you just to deal with, you know, it's like having a middleman. We don't need a middleman. Just deal with us directly. We'll be there. We'll build it up, right? We got to learn some lessons here. We got to straighten some things out. And we may have been set on the wrong path, is the sense I'm getting. Through these other people training us in the wrong way. That's not quite right. It's not quite the path that we're supposed to be on. But we haven't detected that yet. So be aware of that. That's the sense I'm getting. So this may happen over the month. Maybe some misinformation that we were given on purpose to lead us astray, this kind of thing. That's what I'm getting. Man, people can be, they can be crazy. Okay, fortune card. Woo, unity. What do you know? A time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. So we may have, I feel like in this case for the Scorpio, it's very much about uniting with the divine presence, with whatever you want to name it. That energy that we're getting all our gifts from at this point, I feel like that's the unity that they're speaking of, but it could also be about love as well. This may be something, that is heavy in our field right now. So wow, that was a heavy, interesting reading. Again, it's shocking, you know, these things happen, but it's frustrating to see that in a reading, but at the same time, hopefully the information I give you can help you get out of a bind there, or hopefully we're not in a bind. But there's a lot of blockages here, and the sense is if we just deactivate from the people that we're activating with, we may be able to unblock, because I feel like it's been, yeah, brought about in that way, or intentionally, or along the lines of them kind of leading us astray, really, on purpose. So unity, there's something here to do with unity, renewal, peace, and hope. Great love is there for you. Metatron, there's a transformation that wants to happen. Surrender fear of intimacy and open your heart, and you'll be well on your way. So that is the reading, Scorpio, for you guys for this month. And again, if you increase the likes to over 100, I will bonus you with a love, sex, and romance reading. Or if you want work or other genres, put that in the comments section, and I will do that. I'll give you a bonus if you get. I'm trying to get my my views out. I think I went stagnant for a long time, and I don't know how that works, but I think I got kind of locked to the bottom of the pile. So trying to build back up the likes, not even the likes as much as the views. So, you know, share it with people that you think might, you know, other Scorpios, or even other people that might be able to benefit from it. So thanks again, Scorpio. I will see you next month. Take care, have fun, and be kind.